Hey folks, Mark Johnson, Tech Stomps. Going to do a quick head-to-head. You got your Galaxy Note 3 versus the LG G2. Both of these are the latest and greatest Android phones you can get out right now, and they're pretty much on every carrier here in the States. Both of these phones have a lot of nice specs. They're very, very fast overall. First of all, just going to quickly start off talking about the hardware. Both of these phones have 1080p displays, which you'll see immediately as soon as you look at them. The displays are fantastic. Some of the other things, they both have the Qualcomm Snapdragon 800 processor. I mean, I believe they're both 2.3, but they're very, very fast. I'm not going to bother running benchmarks because there's a lot of manufacturers out there. Samsung's been called, some other ones as well, of boosting the numbers, turning the CPU clock speed up real fast when it detects a benchmark is running. So we're not going to waste our time with that. But overall, very, very a lot of nice things about these phones. I mean, you look at the hardware on each. The G2 is more the glossy Galaxy S3/4, even Note 2 build. Obviously, the main thing on the back being the volume controls and power button, which there are no side buttons. So if you like using, I won't say you'll like using it. You just have to get used to, because everything's on the back of the phone. Even pressing the power button, but it does have a cool thing where you could tap the screen twice and it will bring the screen back on. So that's the main difference with the LG G2, versus older LG phones. And even any smartphone out there nowadays, it's just the volume rocker and power's on the back, which will take some getting used to. Another thing about the G2 is you'll see that it has on-screen buttons, meaning that there is no, capacitive buttons as you have on the Samsung. So on the Samsung device, you can use the stylus to hit those buttons at the bottom, and you have your full screen real estate at 5.7 inches, whereas even though the G2 is at 5.2 inches, you lose a little bit with the on-screen buttons at the bottom, so keep that in mind as well. Some of the other things about these that stand out is it basically comes down to software, like which one you're going to like the most. LG does some cool things with their software, very similar to Samsung. Case in point, we'll show you the it's called the Q Slide, and when you click on that, you pretty much can have apps running on top of the screen, which is pretty cool. Samsung, on the other hand, they do what you call with the pen window. So when you click on the screen, I could draw an app and then click on calculator, and it will show right up. So definitely those are some cool things you could do on both of these phones, versus a lot of other phones. They definitely have a lot of software. And if you like software and you like, variety, you're definitely going to like both of these phones, because they pretty much throw the whole kitchen sink at you, just flat out. It's just very, very nice. So the camera, very nice on both. They have pretty much the same exact features, which is, pretty surprising in a lot of ways. You can get the dual camera modes on both. If we go into the modes, as you can see, both of the modes are very, very similar on each phone. And it's basically, more bang for your buck. I definitely like the features they have. It definitely doesn't appeal to everybody as far as all the extra stuff. Some would consider more gimmicks, but there's some nice features on here. Like I said, beauty shots, and you got your burst shots are great, and panoramas are always great. So definitely keep that in mind as well. Coming down the speed, let's do a quick speed test. These are both on different carriers. I'm using the Note here on Sprint, and I got the LG G2 on AT&T. So let's go ahead and zoom right in on that. Let's do a restart test on both of these, see what we get. Actually pretty dead center even here. Much lower ping time I do see on the Sprint version, but then as you can see, AT&T is definitely just about doubled the download speed of the Sprint one, and upload speed looks to be the same fate. So You know, everything varies in which area you're in when it comes to speed tests. You know, typically AT&T is, you know, the fastest I've seen out of most carriers, but I've seen T-Mobile crank up there lately, and I've seen Verizon as well. So Sprint's still rolling theirs out, so keep that in mind if you're looking at Sprint. Also, they do have unlimited, which no other carrier does offer. So it's pretty much going to wrap it up. I mean, both of these phones, you can't go wrong with either or. I have seen the G2 on sale with a pretty nice deal, I think, for $49. And I've seen in Note is $300. So honestly, you know, I think that the Note, you know, for me personally, does more that I want to do. I like the screen size better. It feels more of a high quality phone in the hand. But then again, the LG phone is very nice as well. And at the price point at $149 to $49, I've even seen it as, you really can't beat the bang for your buck. So be sure to check out the site, tech-snobs.com, for more coverage. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Take care.